Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Keisha, and today I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm not gonna waste your time, and I'm not gonna waste my time. I wanted to do a video reaction and response to this particular video entitled "This is My Soulmate." Now it's interesting. It's an interesting video. It's a interesting rendition. I've never heard of it before. I've never heard of the artist before. I don't know if this is something that she wrote herself or if the individual that I'm about to share in just a few moments. I'm not sure if she's the author of the song or if she's doing a cover. I'm not 100% sure. But what I'm going to be reacting to and what I'm going to be commenting on are the lyrics of the song. Because I think it's interesting, being that we're in the business of matchmaking, we're in the business of, dating and coaching and mentoring and consultant when it comes to love and relationships. I think it's important what we say, our words are spirit and they are life. And I'm a strong believer of that, being a person of faith. And so, as I was listening to the lyrics of this song, which I'm going to share it, I'm going to try to break it down as much as possible. I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything like that. It really is for educational purposes. The reason why I'm sharing this video, and I think that she has a lovely voice. It has nothing to do with her creativity. It has nothing to do at all with her sound or anything like that. I just want to analyze the lyrics of the song. And I will say this and put this little caveat in there. I get it though, right? So let's be clear, even though um, I am not in favor or I can't endorse the lyrics of the song, it is creative, it is catchy, and I get it. I get that people may have actually felt the way the writer penned the song. I get that part. But what I'm concerned about is generally when we repeat something. Repetition is the mother of learning. So if we keep saying something over and over and over and over again, that will become our reality. And I am also a firm believer in word curses. And so I think that if a person is really trying to open themselves up to find love or be found, however you want to frame it, depending on who's doing the searching, I think that you do need to have a positive outlook and a sunny disposition. I really do, because what happens is you generally draw what it is that you're exuding. And that's the truth. If you're miserable and you're being overwhelmed by misery, you will attract folks that are on the same playing field. If you're unhealthy, you have a tendency to draw folks, because soul ties are real, and it just has this magnet attraction to people that are extremely dysfunctional if you're dysfunctional. And that's just, we see that all the time. We see that played out in the real world. And so that's the danger with music. That's the danger with entertainment. I think people say, oh, it's just for art, or it's just for entertainment, or it's just for, whatever the case may be, but it's just for the creativity. But we really do have to really be mindful about the words that we play over and over and over again, that's ministering essentially to our spirit. And what are we feeding ourselves? And then the question is do you really believe what you're saying? Because you can sing a lie, you know what I mean? And so do you really believe what you're saying is true? And then whatever happened to positive affirmations, you know what I mean? And so we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to share the video, and we're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss the lyrics. I do have a sheet of the actual lyrics. And so we'll see that in just a few moments. So I believe the whole title is "This is My Soulmate, Get Me Off the Streets." Okay. I'm going to try my best not to laugh. I'm trying. Lord help me. I'm sorry. I'm laughing already. Okay. So I'm going to try my best not to laugh because, again, I know there are some sisters that actually feel this way. And so we're just going to explore, some of those feelings and some of those thoughts, and try to figure out what's going on. emotionally, what's going on within our psyche, what's going on in our subconscious mind to make us believe that this is our reality, or this is something that, if this doesn't happen, that this is the outcome, this is our fate. Like, I'm trying to make the connections and I'm trying to understand. I don't think I ever felt this way. I felt depressed after breaking up with somebody. I think we've all been there. Really sad. You know, even some level of hopelessness, after a relationship is in, and it's like, okay, where do I go from here? So to me, those feelings, those range of emotions are very natural, right? But these lyrics are just, to me, on a whole nother level. So let's listen, and what I'll try to do is, I'm going to try to stop and pause it. Like I said, I'm not trying to steal any credit or shine. I'm going to credit her. I want to give her the credit. I don't want any copyright issues, because again, I don't even think any in my YouTubes are monetized or anything like that. So this is for educational purposes. And I think there's a lot that we can learn here. And then I will read through the lyrics. So I just want you to hear a little bit of her sound. I'm going to have to break it up, just to protect my brand and my channel. And then let's discuss. I'm probably gonna drown in my bathtub, die in my room. Okay. I know that's messed up. Yeah, yeah, it is. Without you, I'm doomed. I'm probably gonna die alone. Waiting for you. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, hold up. Okay. It's a lot to unpack. Okay. As you know, the first couple of verses was kind of intense, right? First couple of verses were, I'm probably going to drown in my bathtub, okay, and die in my room. What? Okay. Now get it. You know, lyrically speaking, people choose words because they like to kind of invoke a certain type of emotion, or they want to grab you, they want to get your attention, they want to make a strong statement. I get it. I really get it. But yeah, we don't want to, that's not where we are right now. We shouldn't be there. And if we're there, that's a very dangerous space and place to be, in all seriousness. I get the fact that we want to be in a relationship and we strongly desire, but listen here. Whether you be male or female, maybe, I think, is it a gender thing? We can make it a part of the conversation, but I'm just looking at the lyrics. Honestly, again, her creativity, I'm not critiquing that. I think she's a beautiful lady. I think, the sound is beautiful. It sounds good, but the lyrics are just, they're just trash. It's gonna be, I yeah, and they're dangerous. And they're dangerous because there's lace of suicide in there. Um, and yeah, that's dangerous because we have to watch. And again, I just want to put it in perspective. Is there other music out there that talk like this, that have the similar language? And absolutely, there's a lot of music out there, that have this kind of talk. I can remember it was a PM Dawn, and I believe the lyrics were saying, "I'll die without you," or something like that. And I used to sing that song, and I remember one time, my my then boyfriend was like, he was even like, I'm not really feeling that song. Like, I'm really not. He was, he said, I like this. I like the groove of the song. I like the way it sounds in terms of, but the lyrics itself is kind of dangerous. Like, he said the same thing, and at first I'm like, oh, you're making a big deal out of it. That's the mindset that I had then. But now I've grown. Obviously, that was like 20 some odd years ago. I've gone and beyond. I think, I want to say 30 something, maybe only close to 30 years ago. So I've grown so much since then, and I understand the power of words. So the lyrics go again, I'm probably gonna drown in my bathtub or die in my room. I know that's messed up. So at least the writer is acknowledging that that's pretty jacked up what she's saying. And then it says, without you, I'm doomed. Hold up, wait a minute. I'm, I'm sorry. Yeah, again, there may be people that feel this way, right? They may feel this way. And I'm not, what is it? I am not ignoring the fact that there are people that actually feel this way. I'm not trying to downplay it or lighten, make it light of it. I'm not, because there are people that actually feel this way. But I want to help you because you don't have to feel this way. I get feeling sad, but we don't want to speak doom on our lives because a relationship didn't work out or we find ourselves in a waiting situation, which I believe that that's what this particular song is about. This individual is in a waiting situation where they're waiting for their soulmate to come, their special somebody to find them, but they're putting so much stock and credence in this person to like literally bail them out of life. And I just think that that's dangerous and that's not true at all. And we're giving the soulmate, quote unquote, too much power, too much power, to influence our life. And if we're thinking that way, if we're feeling that way, if we're believing that, then we really do need to change our thoughts. We do need to change our thought life concerning that. People come into your life to enhance what you have, not to just recreate a whole nother reality, because it's not true. That is not true. So let's continue to listen. I believe that was all of verse 1. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's the chorus. And we just read it again. This is for my soulmate, hoping that you hear me, get me off these streets. This is for my soulmate. I hope that you're listening. Get me off these streets. Get me off. Okay. Um, First of all, okay, again, when you're thinking about streets, you could be thinking literal or you could be thinking figurative. I'm thinking in this context that it could be a little bit of both. Some people may look at a soulmate as an individual that's almost like a captain saver, the expression, or an engine number 9, someone that's going to rescue them from their situation. And again, the reality is that that's not true. You know what I mean? Again, a person, they come into our lives to enhance what we have, potentially it can bring better or it can be made worse, it depending on the circumstances. If you have this kind of mindset, which is a very dreary mindset where you're almost leeching off this person emotionally, then nobody is going to want to stay in that kind of relationship unless they have the same type of issues. A healthy person would not feel comfortable in this environment, in this situation. Basically, essentially, you're putting all of your chips on me for happiness. And I don't believe the one person has the ability to literally change your whole everything. I think only somebody that has the ability to change things is the Most High. And I feel like that sometimes, I think I've heard people say that sometimes we idolize relationships, we idolize marriage, we idolize, finding soulmates and etc. And it can be an idolatrous ideology altogether, or we idolize people. And that's very dangerous because God said in his word that, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So the moment we start looking to people as being our savior, it becomes an issue. because that person then replaces the Most High, and you're going to have trouble. Absolutely. There's going to be trouble in paradise because, again, this person should not be competing with the Most High. The person that you love or you're interested in, or the person that's interested in you, they should not be competing with their creator, right? That's not what should be happening. What should be happening is you both should be serving your creator together. That's what should be happening. You know what? Let me switch this because I didn't take I never did take the branding off of the last hold on, let me fix this real quick. I never did take it off. Let me just take it off. I wonder if I can switch it out. I'll just keep it there. All right, now it's fixed. Perfect. All right, so yeah, so it's definitely a problem, if you're going to invest all that energy into this idea that this person is going to come into your life and save you. I think you're setting yourself up for failure. And that's probably why, if these lyrics do hold true to the lyricist, if the lyrics do hold true to the creator or the author of the one that penned these lyrics, then that's probably the reason as to why. There is some sense of, this person has the ability to change my circumstances, and without this person, then I'm not going to be able to truly exist, whether it be in the natural or literally. You know what I mean? I would rather take myself out of here. And to me, that's a very dangerous thought to have. Very dangerous. All right, so let's move forward with the lyrics. Feel free to leave your comments if you agree or disagree. Is it just art? Is this a song that you would sing? I know that I was reading the comments to this YouTube video, and there are people like, yeah, girl, I felt this way before. And I get it. Like I said, I'm not, dumping on the fact or even criticizing the fact that people have felt this way. I get it. Like, I've been down, 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 down too. You know what I mean? Um, and it was centered around a breakup and that sort of thing. I've been there, I really truly have. So I really do get it. But what I'm speaking to is, again, when you have songs, and again, people can listen to whatever they want to. They can be entertained by whatever they want to be entertained. That is obviously your choice. And I don't want to get into that. But I just want to warn our single sisters and our single brothers that we don't want to be so sold to the idea that this person is going to come and literally make everything new and great and well and perfect and awesome. That may not be the case. You know what I'm saying? That may not be the case, and that's not reality. Again, a person may come and, yeah, they may make you smile, from time to time. They may cheer you up. Having that support system is great. The Bible talks about two being better than one. So obviously, being in a relationship, when you look at the context of that, it's better than being single in a lot of instances. You know what I mean? The Bible outlines, the actual reasons as to why that's true. So we get it. You get to stay warm. Obviously, if you have two bodies right next to each other, you can keep each other warm and you can protect one another. Just the whole concept of journeying together, for mental and emotional support is important. Even God said in the beginning in Genesis that it's not good for man to be alone. So we get that part, right? But we don't want to be so, you know, we don't want to be so in the red when it comes to our emotional state, whether we're ending a relationship, getting out of a relationship, or we're just simply tired of waiting to get into one. We don't want to be so in the red when it comes to our emotional state that we begin to entertain just unrealistic ideas to the point where we can swear by them, we can live by them, and or it affects us, so we essentially go off a cliff. You know what I mean? Where we believe in the things that we are saying or singing, to the point where we begin to prophesy our reality. And that's the danger in this. Again, it's not criticizing her ability to write, not criticizing her creativity, not criticizing her voice and her gift, not at all. I'm just strictly looking at the lyrics. And I think that if we sing these types of songs, it's just this is just one of many, because there's others. Like I said, I just highlighted another one just a few moments ago. I would die without you. We used to sing all the time. Was it PM Dom? We used to sing all the time. I like that song. I like the song. But when you really begin to think about the words, they are dangerous, absolutely dangerous. And I'm really speaking to believers. I believe non-believers too, but I'm really that's my target audience for this particular video. So, but even if you're not, I think the lyrics it still holds true. I think it's if you take it literally, it can definitely be dangerous. And just like she indicated, in the first verse, that it is messed up to have these thoughts. You know what I mean? So I will give the author credit for acknowledging that these thoughts that I'm currently having, that I'm pending and adding music to, is jacked up. It is jacked up to feel this way. It's jacked up to think this way. And I really do want you to agree with the writer because they're telling you that this is wrong. And I'm at least they've put that disclaimer in there within the song to let you know that maybe this is something you shouldn't be thinking, but this is where I'm at right now emotionally. And again, sometimes when we write things, when we journal things, we're super duper critical, we're super duper honest. And I think that that's okay. But what I'm saying is the danger is adding music, making it a song, making it something that we constantly listen to over and over and over, that whole, cycle again, when you do affirmations and you affirm yourself, you do it over and over and over again, it can become again some level of your reality. Because again, words are spirit and they are life. And I really want us to continue to keep that in mind as we comb through this video. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's continue to listen. Wow. Okay, so let's go to the lyrics where it says, I'm going to probably be the drunk auntie. So obviously, this is a female perspective. Like I said, I guess a male can have the very similar, I'm going to be drunk, the drunk uncle, because you could take it from a male perspective too. But in this case, it is a female. I'm going to be the drunk auntie, the one with no kids. So again, this whole notion of the biological clock ticking, I need to do something, something needs to happen. Where are you? What's going on? That whole panic mode that women often find themselves in when they haven't gotten married after they've reached a certain age, and or let's say if you want to add religion in it, if you've been prophesied a particular word about getting married, it hasn't manifested yet, it hasn't come to pass, it's super duper discouraging. You're seeing all your friends get married, you're always a bridesmaid and never a bride. That whole concept, it can wear on you. Listen, that's a real talk. Like, so I'm not trying to again downplay what she's saying, as in, that is not, these are not true feelings and emotions that people have. I believe it. I believe that she's really speaking the mind of a lot of people. But I just want to caution you that you don't want to continue to feed this in your spirit. And because I don't really believe that this has to be your reality. And then if you play this in a loop, and if you're constantly regurgitating these thoughts, and this kind of conversation within your subconsciousness and even your unconsciousness, I believe that it will play out in your reality, because we have to understand that again, words are spirit and they are life. So if you're constantly again meditating on this, if you're constantly listening to it, it is it will become, an anthem for you. It can become something that will affirm your belief system. If you continue to entertain these thoughts, you have to debunk these thoughts. You can't entertain them. You have to debunk them with what? Information, with facts. And that's what, cognitive behavior therapy is about. It's about really challenging our thoughts, because our thoughts will manifest in our behavior. What we think is what we do is a manifestation of our thoughts. And that's why I'm talking about this, because I really do believe some women believe this, and men, where they feel like, you know what, I don't know, if there is a point to life without having a companion. And I just don't believe that to be true. I believe there's a lot of point to life, even in your singleness. And it's just one phase to life. Now, there may be some people that are destined to walk out their days in their singleness, and that is completely okay. And I feel like, and I will say this, that if that's what you really want, that will be your reality, because that's what you want. But for those that don't want that life, I really do believe that you can have companionship. It is highly likely, but you have to go through your process. And some of us, we've had people that were interested in us. We've had folks that were attracted to us. We've had folks that tried to shoot their shot, but we didn't give them the time of day, because maybe we felt they weren't our type. Maybe we weren't interested. Maybe we weren't attracted to them. Um, so as a result, you know, we push people away. We don't consider them. And so, yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem. And so therefore we were in a situation where now we're alone and we don't see any prospects, and we fall into depression, and then we have this song. So probably going to be a drunk auntie, the one with no kids, who keeps flaunting the way that she lives. So because now her focus is obviously on her career, because she has time, because she doesn't have any children and it's just her. So she can stack up her bread, right? She can work on her credit, or her credit is perfect. She can buy homes or buy properties or work on her business, or whatever she's doing, she can do that because all she got is her. That's it. She doesn't have any children. She doesn't have anyone else to be responsible for, unless she decides to, take on a pet, the responsibility of raising a pet and that sort of thing. So yeah, so this is pretty much what she feels like her lot is going to be, because, she hasn't found her soulmate. All right, let's listen. Let me pause it there. The pre-chorus part is, I'm probably gonna die alone. Remember that part, waiting for you. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm sorry, without you, I'm doomed. Now, um, again, we're just, debunking the reality of this conversation within this soul, within this person that's struggling with their singleness, right? Now, they're thinking, this is their thoughts, that I'm probably going to die alone waiting for you. Now, there are people that may feel that way. We make jokes about it, right? We've seen the GIFs, the memes of this skeleton on a bench waiting for their soulmate. I've even shared, those memes and GIFs before as a joke, because I don't really believe that's my lot, nor do I believe it's anybody's lot. I believe that people can and will get married, but it's just going to take time depending on the person. But I really do believe strongly that if you have a desire to want a relationship, you have a desire to want someone to come into your life, I really do believe that will be your reality. I really do believe that. I just believe that we have to deal with our preferences, and we have to expand our circle. There's some things that we're going to have to work on the inside, because if we really think about it, there's many people that I've talked to, friends and whatnot, And I've asked them questions, especially when they found themselves in this mindset where, girl, where is he? Like, when is he coming? Like, I don't understand. And I'm saying, wait a minute, didn't somebody try to talk to you last week? Oh, no. Okay, but somebody came though, right? Yeah. Yeah, I get people. People talk to me. They try to talk. They're in my inbox, and or if I'm out, somebody may try to, talk. I'm like, well, okay. So is it? Why are we still in this state of singleness? You know what I mean? Is the bigger question. Are we ultra picky? You know what I mean? Are we a perfectionist? Do we give people an honest chance to get to know us, or we get to know them? Do we? Do we try? Do we put the effort and the energy into it? I honestly feel like some people don't really try. I really do feel like that if it's not an instant connection and then if it's not instant chemistry, people dismiss the individuals. But you know what? For some people, it may just take more time to get to know them, to really get to observe them and to see their soul. You know what I mean? You may not be necessarily physically attracted to their external, which is their body or their height or their shape and that sort of thing. That may not immediately, spark something within you, at first sight. But and however, maybe the conversation, maybe you getting to know their mind and the way they think, their heart. Maybe, in conversation, their heart will be exposed. Maybe their will, the mere fact that their independence or the mere fact that they're strong and and bold and brave is attractive, or confident. Maybe that's going to draw you. That sense of confidence. The confidence is extremely attractive. Even when people are physically attractive, in my opinion, having confidence in oneself is more attractive than just having pretty lips and eyes. You know what I mean? And the texture of hair or being of a certain height. And so, well, maybe you didn't see that because you were busy looking at their external. You know what I mean? But once you've had a conversation and you've explored that, okay, this person has a little charisma, they're charming, blah, blah, blah. Even down to, their emotions, the mere fact that they're sensitive and they're caring. You get to know more of those things when you give people time, right? Or you put time into it. If you just, oh, it's got to be an instant, connection, it's got to be instant chemistry. If you always approach relationships that way, I believe that you are going to be overlooking a lot of potential, soulmates for you, because you're too particular. And sometimes the Father God doesn't work that way. So there are times when we know the expression, when we ask God for help and He sends the boat, He'll send the bikes, He'll send a neighbor, He'll send this and that, and we reject, right? We reject what's being sent because it's not coming in the way and in the form in which we desire it to come. And so we just dismiss it as it not being the one, the thing that's going to save me, or the thing that's going to help me, or the thing that is purposed to be in my life. We immediately reject it because we have again, this thing we believe that it's supposed to come in a certain way, or it's supposed to come in a certain form. But we can't put limits on that. We can't put limits on that. We got to be open. We have to be open. All right. So no, I don't believe you're going to die alone waiting. um you're not doing anything. You may be doing some things wrong. Let me say that. I may have to admit that you might be doing some things wrong, but I don't believe that you're doomed. And that's what we're here to help. I'm here to help you as a soul coach. I'm here to help you as a relationship consultant. I'm here to help you. Let me help you. Help me help you. How about that? Okay, let's go back into the song. Okay, so this is My Soulmate. I hope that you hear me. But sis, I'm gonna say this before we go in there. If a man does hear this is not gonna draw him. This is going to repel him. Just low key, being honest. If a man was to hear this, and this is like thirst. This sounds thirsty. It sounds desperate. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, can we be honest? I get it. I get the sentiments, but I would never ever tell anybody that. That's a journal moment. That's a journal insert moment, and that's done. We lock it. with the key and we don't share. That's what that is. That's not something that we want to project out there in the atmosphere, in the airwaves. We don't want that kind of energy coming back. We don't want that. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Yeah. We don't want the soulmate to hear that. We want the soulmate to see you in your best light. We want the soulmate to see you happy because trust me, you are way more attractive when you're happy. You're way more attractive when you're healthy. And it has nothing to do with your hair, your hips, lips, or fingertips. It has nothing to do with that. That energy of healthiness, the energy of happiness, it draws people to you, that positive energy, because people are looking for partners that's going to help lighten their load, not bring emotional baggage or bondage to them. Nobody wants to be in an emotional baggage situation. Nobody wants to be weighted down by misery and gray and doom. Nobody. So they won't sign up for that, sis. Nobody's gonna sign up for that. They're not. They're gonna be like, you know what? Let me go rescue her. No, they're gonna be like, let me stay away from her because she's dangerous. That's what they're going to think. So this is a journal moment. This is something we just write down if we're really feeling this and we got to get this out of our heart, that energy out. That's what that is. This is a journal moment. We write it down and then we look back later on in life to say, wow, you know what? God has really delivered me from this low space and place. That's my testimony. But we don't put lyrics to a song and then sing and sing until that thing becomes a manifestation of our reality. We don't do that. Real talk. We don't do that. We shouldn't. It's not wise. All right. So let's continue to listen. Okay. So now she's singing the bridge, and the bridge goes like this. I thought I'd have a house on a hill and a love that was real, but I'm starting to fear that you won't be revealed. I thought I'll have a house on a hill and a love that was real, but I'm starting to fear that you won't be revealed. Listen, first of all, sis, low key, low key, sis. Hold on, let me take this real quick because I'm supposed to take this call. Let me just put this on a mute. One moment, please. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. Just one moment. All right, guys, I do apologize for that. All right, so back to the lyrics. Okay, she says that I thought I'd have a house on a hill. Guess what? Why on earth would we think? And some people do honestly believe this. And I've heard people say that, oh, I'm not going to do this until after I'm married, or I'm not going to do this until after I'm married. And I've heard people say this, and I'm not in agreement with it. You can buy your house. You can invest in whatever you want to invest in, properties. You can start that business. You can travel the world. You don't need a husband or a wife in order to do those things. And I've heard people say this out their mouth, I'm going to wait, but you don't know when that thing is going to be. So why would you delay something that you desire to do? If that's your desire, if it's your desire to have these things or to do these things or whatever it is that you want to do, why would you delay that simply because you're waiting for somebody? That's depressing within itself, because what you're saying in essence is that I don't have the capacity to do these things or to have these things or to obtain these things without them, and it's not true. And so what we're doing is I'm responding to a video that I saw earlier today, and it's entitled "This Is My Soulmate." It is a song, and what we're doing is we're going through the lyrics. Again, it's just no shade to the writer, no shade to this artist. I think she's a beautiful singer. I think it's a beautiful song. I'm just not a fan of the lyrics. I just wish that she would change the lyrics a little bit, because the lyrics got me thrown off. And for those that are tuning in, you're going to have to watch the replay if you haven't been watching this broadcast in its entirety. This is my video response, reaction and response to this song. And so we're at the part where it's the bridge in the song where it says, I thought I had a house on a hill and a love that was real, but I'm starting to fear that you won't be revealed. So they're saying that I get the love part, but in terms of the house, come on, we can purchase a home. We just need to, go through the necessary process and steps financially and what have you, to get to that place where we can. And there's many programs. So that's definitely something that is attainable, especially in 2021. So I don't want any single individual to be discouraged and say, I can't have a car, I can't have a house, I can't travel, because you can do those things. I can't start a business, I can't do. No, don't stop saying I can't. Stop that. Stop entertaining that negativity, because it is not true. And I don't know who has sold us to this lie and to this belief system that we have to have somebody in order to obtain these things, because I just want to debunk that. That's not true. That's a misnomer. It is a wrong. It is incorrect thinking. You can have these things, and I guess lyrically it may sound cute, but we have to be careful that even when it comes to lyrics of songs, we can sing a lie, and we don't want the lie to be a manifestation of our reality. Okay, we don't want that. All right, so let's go back to the song. Again, we want to do this piece by piece because of copyrights. I don't want a strike, and I don't want my YouTubes to be impacted in any way. So, all due respect, I'm going to give her all the credit and everything. If people want to listen to the song in its entirety, I'll make sure to include that in the link and in the information section so that you'll be able to listen to it at your leisure. But do not play it in a loop, and don't keep playing it till it get in your spirit. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this is a journal moment. This is how I feel for real. You writing down your journal and you're closing the book. This is not, no, I'm listening to this on replay, and I'm listening to it every day, 10 to 15, 20,000 times a day. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You need to affirm yourself. You need to put what you want to see in the atmosphere, not things that you believe to be true. And in this case, this is really not true. This is a false sense of reality. All right, so let's listen. She sounds beautiful though. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the lyrics. Now she's back in the chorus, and this is my soulmate. I hope that you hear me, get me off these streets. And we already talked about this. Okay. Whether it's literal, whether it's figurative, we can't give somebody so much power like that, y'all. No, no. I can, get the desire to want to be with your soulmate. It's a very normal desire to have fantasies and dreams about it. I get it. Women have been groomed since childhood to wait for their Prince Charming, the dolls, the whole bit. We've been groomed to be wives and mothers. Even in the song, it has lyrics about childbearing and the fact that you're going to be an old auntie flaunting what you have because you won't have children and all this other stuff. We have to be careful about what we entertain. She sounds beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So no shade to her song. No, I mean, in terms of her singing ability, no shade to even the lyrics sound like a real moment. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take away from the genuineness from this and the authenticity that people may feel in this moment while they're waiting, if they're discouraged, if they're stressed about sitting waiting, especially if they've been manipulated, if they've been in bad relationships, if they've been strung along, if they've been ghosted. I get it. Like, you get frustrated. You know what I mean? You getting frustrated, you get tired. And this is a manifestation of stress, of frustration, and just simply being tired with the dating game or being in and out of relationships and not meeting that special someone. And so I just wanted to speak to that because I want to encourage our singles to know that though we may have moments by which we are discouraged, while we're waiting for that special someone, none of these things have to be our reality, right? We cannot be sold to the idea that I have to be partnered with this person. And if I'm not partnered with this person, that I'm just not going to be able to just live my best life. I have to strongly disagree with that. I believe that some of the best moments that I've had in life was during my singleness. And I really do believe that singleness has a way of bringing about the best in us if we do our work. If we focus on developmenting ourselves, developing ourselves, if we focus on stacking up our money, which will be helpful especially for our future. If we focus on just again handling our end and preparing ourselves for what is to come, I think that will especially emotionally, spiritually, right, psychologically, if we're focused on just building ourselves up, learning who we are, understanding our value and our worth and what we're bringing to the table, right? Making sure that there are doors that are closed to previous relationships, that we have recovered from those relationships, so that, and there's some things that we have no way of knowing until we actually get in a relationship, whether we're really completely healed or not, because there is a false sense of I'm healed when you're single and you're isolated. You really don't know if you're truly healed until you're back into a relationship, and that healing, if you will become tested. Because some of those things, even with a new person, some of the things they say, the way they behave, the way they respond, the way they treat you may trigger you, and it may cause you to remember some of the pain from the past, and and then that will let you know where you are. How you respond will let you know where you are. How you react and how you feel will let you know where you are in terms of whether you're really truly healed from a relationship from the past or not, especially if it was a broken heart situation. Not that you walked away on your own, but let's say, even if you walked away from your own, if you vested time, if you vested energy and effort into a relationship that didn't work out, but you chose to walk away, that's still equally as devastating as somebody breaking up with you, because you still, again, you vested time, you obviously cared enough, right, to invest the time and energy and effort into that relationship. So it's still devastating, especially if you had high hopes, about the relationship ending in marriage. You know what I'm saying? All your expectations, all your dreams, all of everything was placed into that relationship and it didn't pan out. So that's equally as hurtful as somebody walking away from you. I believe it. At least I feel or think that. And so it can be devastating. So I'm not saying that, during your singleness, that sometimes you won't have bouts of with loneliness. I believe that you will. I'm not saying that during your singleness you won't have bouts of depression, because for some you will. You know what I mean? But that's why it's important to surround yourself with individuals that are going to encourage you and to affirm you and to support you. It's important not to be isolated. It's important not to go into that rabbit hole of thought process in regards to gloom and doom. If I don't meet this person, this perfect person, and then make sure that we're not setting ourselves up for failure, with very high, super high expectations, unrealistic expectations, or our preferences are just off the scale and off the chain. You know what I mean? They're not realistic in comparison to where we are and where we're going to go and where we're trying to go. That we need to partner with someone who is equally yoked in some kind of form or fashion. You know what I mean? Or someone that's going to bring balance to us, or we bring balance to them. And so that is the tea, that is the reality about relationships. It is not perfect. People don't come in and swoop you up and everything is good because they're now in your life. They're going to take you off the street, whether I mean, literally, if you were homeless and they provided you shelter, that's cool. That can happen, but at the same time, to me, it's way more powerful if you pulled yourself up off the streets, right? At least you can know how to bring yourself out of dark spaces, so that when your companion is in a place where he needs to be helped and assisted in a way when he's low, you'll have the skills to be able to help him. Why? Because you went through it yourself. So I get it. I really truly get it. But at the same time, I just really want to let you know that this is extremely dangerous. So let's listen to the rest of it, and then I'm going to make sure I put all the information and the link so that you can listen to this at your leisure. But just, tread lightly. Don't put it on a loop, and don't find yourself gravitating to. If you're finding yourself gravitating to this kind of energy, then you really need to really, 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 really get some healing yourself, some inner healing. If you're gravitated to this kind of energy, then that's telling me that there's some darkness there, and there's some things that need to be brought to the light, and you need deliverance, you need healing, inner healing. All right, so let's listen to the rest of it, and then we're going to bring this to a close. Okay, and I believe again this is I don't think her name is Aliah. Is it Sheffield? Is the name, the title, or the person that's authoring this particular song? So I do find this interesting. So yeah, I just wanted to warn you guys that if you are in this headspace, if you are, feeling this way and you're so low where it's like you don't see any light, you don't see any change, you don't have, any hope, then you really need to get help. You really do need to seek a therapist. You really do need to seek a counselor. um, I think that it's important that you get the help that you need, because if you are truly, and if this is really your reality and this is really what you're feeling, that you feel doomed and you really don't see any hope, to the point where you would rather take your life, that's a very dangerous headspace to be in. And so that's why we're having this conversation, because I really do believe that you don't have to be in that headspace. With the right kind of help and support, you can come out of that spell, I would like to call it, um, and get the deliverance and the healing that you need. All right. So I'm here for you. This is Dr. Keisha, and I'm a soul coach, life coach, a Christian counselor, motivational speaker, and an author. I am the owner and the operator of Impacting Mindsets Global. I'm Global Dating, and also the founder of Inspiring Amazing Minds, which is our nonprofit. And so I want to at least offer you a free session, a coaching session, a dating dating coaching session or counseling if it's needed, if you're a person that is in this space, if you are single and you've lost hope. I'm here to support you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this broadcast. Feel free to, chime in. What do you think about the video? What do you think about the lyrics? What do you think about the song? Is this your jam? Can you relate to it? Have you been there? I think honestly, we all have. Even I can admit that I've been in this space before, looking at the tenure of my life. Definitely have been here. Thank God I haven't been here as of late, but I've definitely have been there. I mean, looking in my early 20s, I've been where she is lyrically wise, where it's like hopelessly in love, and to the point where if this don't work out, I don't see life work living. And we get into these extremes. And what I'm saying is that that should be a moment. This is not something that should be, ongoing in terms of our thoughts. But if this is something that lingers, and your depression is becoming worse, and you really don't see any light days ahead, and you're beginning to entertain, thoughts of suicide, I do want to warn you that you need to seek help ASAP, and you need to talk to a friend and or a professional, more a professional, but let someone know where you are so that they can assist you, and they can help you. And even if it's just simply finding the help for you, if you're so low that you can't find the help yourself. Now, this young lady does have another one, which I'm going to listen to, and I might do another video on that one. I may do another video response and reaction to the other one. I think it's in a similar topic in regards to her soulmate. So I'm kind of interested in what that's going to be. Again, no shade to her. I think she's a beautiful singer. I think she is very creative, and she's really good at what she does. I actually like the song. I'm just the lyrics are what's scary for me. It's the lyrics for me. I'm concerned about the lyrics, and I don't want people to, especially if you're already down and feeling away. If you're entertaining that song, it can just lead to deeper depression. Yeah, it can just lead to deeper darkness and just take you down a rabbit hole that you cannot return. So that's what I really want to warn you. Don't entertain this kind of music, especially if you're in that headspace. You need music that's going to uplift you. You need to be affirmed in a positive way. So you should go the opposite route. We're doing this for not entertainment, but also educational purposes. Because I really do believe that oftentimes we do have a tendency, especially when we're in a funk, we're gravitating towards music that kind of, almost entertain where we are emotionally. But in order to get out of that space, we have to do the opposite, which means is we need to entertain positivity and light and not darkness. All right. So love to all, be encouraged, and most importantly, make sure you love you. All right. Love you. And I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye. What's up? Thank you.